Timeless Leadership was written 2000 years before Christ. I didn't write the book. There's a man whose name is Krishna who's conversing with Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Now, what are the implications of this book for the managers of today? There are three elements of practical wisdom that I can glean out from the book of 18 Sutras. Now, this is a book of 700 verses, and the book is talking about three very fundamental elements that can constitute the body of practical wisdom as we know it today. Now, imagine a workplace where you are completely bombarded with information. You're running on information superhighway where you can't look at a screen for more than 10 seconds. Now, with that kind of pressure on your head, how do you deal? How do you cope with not just information overload, but emotional overload? This is what Arjuna is facing in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Now, imagine a screen that is showing a dramatic film where a lot of bloodshed, a lot of violence, a lot of running around, a lot of emotions are at play. But the screen at the end of the film remains untouched. The screen is absolutely unblemished. Such is the nature of the reflective consciousness that we have, as opposed to a reactive mind. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, be like that screen. And as you look at the screen, look at the world from the screen is unblemished, untouched by the drama of life. And in order for you to kind of deal with the information overload that you're experiencing, you have to be an observer. You have to have a reflective consciousness rather than a reactive mind. The second element of wisdom, embrace discontinuity. Life is not continuous. There is change. But the problem is the mind has a tendency to be continuous. Life is multidimensional. The mind is unidimensional. The mind is linear. In order for us to embrace discontinuities of life, we have to look at how the mindsets that do not serve us anymore are replaced. How those mindsets that are dysfunctional are done away with. This is the second element of wisdom. The third element of the wisdom of this extraordinary work is that by wishing we cannot lead. Wishing is something that is opposed to doing. So I wish I could do this, which means I wouldn't do this. Now, if we have to move from wishing to willing, then we move from a static state to a state of action. But willing is not enough by itself. So what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do this for? If you're willing it for only your personal ambition, then it doesn't serve your larger purpose. It doesn't serve the larger dharma for which you are the leader. So fundamentally, you move from wishing to willing, and willing to willing for the larger cause, for the larger purpose, not for your personal ambition. Leaders of these great organizations which have outperformed the market many times over, the leaders of these organizations have constantly sublimated their personal will for the organizational ambition. And there's a body of research that is telling us this. And Krishna is saying the same thing to Arjuna. If you can connect your will, your very element, very source of action, to the larger cause, to the larger dharma, victory is yours.